Mother, why did you leave me?
I held you in my arms as our heartbeats synchronized, and you spit at the stars.
Self-identity with a horror aesthetic. I thought it really reflected sort of the problem for this individual in particular, Black male in particular, with the homosexual identity, coming up in a religious family, and all the sort of societal pressures and familial pressures that come from wanting to be your true self. And I thought that the piece used the horror aesthetic as a good way to sort of mirror that inner turmoil and that sort of trauma and fear that goes in with trying to break out with something that inside of you that you think is being diagnosed as evil or wrong or as the devil in this case. So I thought the piece had a strong emotional appeal in that sense, and had a great visual motive with maintaining a sort of horror film, horror movie aesthetic, while also expressing a more, I would say, emotionally layered examination of what it means to be yourself, and the people around you aren't necessarily supporting you, as well as society as a whole. So I ended up thinking the piece was well done, had a cool cinematic bent, and it was just generally well acted and had striking images that I tend to enjoy. So I thought it was well done overall.
It was able to express, from my point of view, like a lot of the tension that someone who grows up in like a religious household or a religious environment feels when they are coming to terms with their gender and their sexuality, and expressing that to themselves and to those around them, especially after being told for so long that like it's not right. And I think the actor in this is able to express that really well, and in such a short amount of time, and be able to say so much, both with the script that they're given, but also through their portrayal. So I really want to commend the writing, commend the acting in this, and yeah, overall, for like 5 minutes, you're able to really establish a lot and convey that message very clearly. So I really want to commend you and say very well done.
Really thought the music and sound was interesting, and the lighting, all of that worked together to really set a tone for this. That was, along the same lines as the plot, which is good. They worked really well together. Especially with the blue light. There was a scene where the guy was standing, I think it was in front of the light, but it looked like the light was coming from both sides of him, and it was kind of dark otherwise. So I really like that setup. I like the line, "Do you see your son in me, or do you see Satan?" Really strong line. Really packs a punch. Great performances. I thought this made its point in such a short time. That line is haunting because, that kind of sums it up. It's like, I don't care what your beliefs are. Who do you see in front of you? Do you see your son, no matter what? Or are you so caught up in what you think should be that you just see an evil person?
I love the special effects on this short film. The demon horns, especially, the abrupt changes of scenery, the looking in mirrors constantly, and that scene with the bright light where you have this figure covering some part of the bright light that comes from the room. It is magnificent. I love that scene. It is poetic and iconic. The whole concept of evil, casting evil or demons, feeling rejected, even by your own family, feeling unnatural, with this huge, impossible to ignore reference to the Catholic practices, even questioning their own mother. It is brilliant, so well done and sensible, and I love the ending as well.
Quite poetic in the way it was told, with the great images, the score, the way the dialogue was delivered. It made it feel very much like it was on beat with the score, which made it feel like poetry. You could feel both the man and the mom's side of this, which is very rarely done. It's amazing. I wasn't expecting an in-tag clip. That was different, so it showed that everything that mom went and didn't actually work. It's where you could tell the inner struggle of this character. And it was actually displayed through various images with his inner struggle where he wants to please his mother, but at the same time be true to himself. So this film really gives a touch not only on the LGBTQ side, but on mental illness and how it plays out inside a person, how it wars, which was a great turn.
The cinematography and the lighting was absolutely beautiful. Divine, so to say. But I really liked the symbolism of this one, treating homosexuality as if it were a curse or a possession, as if you could essentially pray the gay away, just showing that disconnect between your individuality, your family, and the church. For many people, their family and religion were two of the closest things that they had, but because of who they are and because of the people they love, they now find themselves ostracized, abandoned, and told that they're sick by the same people that they came to for validation, for approval. Essentially being told that because of who they love, that inside of them is a demon. That symbolism was very powerful because it's a very gut-wrenching sensation to essentially be told that because of who you are, God doesn't love you. That is a very hurtful message, especially if it comes from someone who you cherish their opinion, you cherish them, your immediate family, your mother, the person who gave birth to you. All of it was very powerful.
A really poetic and visually lush approach to a common issue, and it explores the relationship of parent-child within a religious ideology and sexuality within that, and I think it does it in a really artistic, poetic, and compelling way that is very meaningful and is really great to see the way it weaves in all of those different aspects together.